Encryption is the process of converting what we call plain text into ciphertext. We use it, as we've said so many times already, to protect your data in transit or while it's at rest. We want to try to be able to deter or detect any accidental or intentional alterations, and that's a part of encryption as well. There's a hashing process that we often lump into the world of encryption to be able to let us know about any changes. We can also use encryption to help verify the authenticity. Now, the elements that you have of encryption is really on the algorithm, right, that makes this work, on the keys that we use for the encryption, and the key strength depends really on how long the key is to be harder for people to guess or to crack. Now, with encryption, we talk about two types, a symmetric and asymmetric. Symmetric encryption just means that we use one key to encrypt everything, and it's the same key that decrypts it. Kind of like the lock at your front door, right? Same key to lock it and unlock it. The options we have that we commonly use as open standards are the Data Encryption Standard, DES, but actually we stopped using it in 2004 because today's little laptop can crack it in like 30 minutes or less. We found out if we ran DES 3 times, I called it triple DES, that gave us really good security. And we did that kind of in between waiting for the advanced encryption standard to be met, AES. And AES is kind of your choice today. And it's really cool because the key lengths on AES continue to grow and grow and grow so that the encryption will get stronger as technology gets stronger. Asymmetric encryption uses 2 keys. The idea is that whatever key locks this package up, encrypts it, I have to have the other key to decrypt it. They're mathematically related to each other. We call that a part of the, often called part of the public key infrastructure, PKI. A very popular mode of that is the RSA solution, the Rivest, Shamir, and Edelman. What they've done, of course, is they've got a lot of authentication types and encryption types of options. Technically, they're companies now, I think, owned by EMC, but the technology is still there. You might hear of Diffie-Hellman, which is really not encryption, but still a method of doing a key exchange. Elliptic curve cryptography is something that doesn't take as much power from a processor like RSA, so it's kind of easier on portable electronics and things with small processors. Quantum cryptography, digital signatures, digital envelopes, all of these are types of things that use the 2 keys or the key pairs for encryption. The components of the public key infrastructure, since that's one of your more popular, is the issuance of a certificate. And that certificate can help authenticate who I am, plus give you my public key so you can send things to me securely. It's issued by a certificate authority, or the CA. You register for a certificate with the registration authority, the RA. And whenever you receive somebody's certificate that they're trying to say, this is who I am, you can go check the certificate revocation list, the CRL, to make sure that it's still a valid certificate. So we use the encryption in a lot of places. On e-commerce sites, we're usually using Secure Socket Layer, what we call SSL. You might also see it abbreviated as HTTPS. Now that's different from the Secure HTTP, because in the Secure HTTP, they put the S at the front. Alright, it's also different than that. The session's not encrypted, but the actual web page that I'm downloading is actually encrypted. So I'm getting an encrypted file, I have to decrypt it so I can see the web page. Whereas in Secure Socket Layer, all facets of the session are encrypted. Another one we have, another encryption type, is called IP security or IPsec. Very popular for the use of the virtual private networks for remote access connections. We know that we can secure attachments onto our emails to the Secure MIME protocol. We have the SET protocol, which are the secure electronic transactions used for a lot of credit card processing. The biggest risks we have actually in encryption, and if you think about it, I said the encryption is made up of an algorithm. It's made up of the key that we use, and it's tied to the length of the key for most of the security. And so everybody knows the algorithms. There's no secret there. We know the length of the key, so really the security is in the randomness of the keys. But if the key is really short, then it doesn't take long for a computer to be able to guess or try all combinations. Or if it's tied to a password like you see in the encrypted file system on Windows, that can make it a little bit of a risk for us. We have to be able to deal with those types of issues. Now, a virus, today we generically call things like that malware. So generically, malware, viruses, worms, Trojans. General definition of a virus and a worm often is a virus needs a host to be able to spread, whereas a worm can spread on its own. But what does that mean? That means that it's a better definition for you. It's that it's software that is doing something that you're unaware of or that you don't approve, right? It's destroying your files. Didn't approve. Didn't know. Right? Destroying your boot sector. Didn't know. Didn't approve. It's just that a virus, I usually have to attach it to like an executable program and send that to you, hoping you'll open it up. A worm is able to find a way to propagate itself out to all of your neighbors, your people in your email directory books, those types of things. So, management, right? We have some procedural controls, things that we have to be careful of, or ways to mitigate a virus. Number one is when we build systems, we try to do it from original, clean master copies of the software. We try to not allow any alternate media in, because people can bring the viruses on the USB drives. Update your antivirus software. Write protect the disk. So if somebody, has a diskette and or even a USB, you can switch it so it can't be written to, so people won't add things to it. Enforce rules in your company about the use of shareware and the use of peer-to-peer networks. Scan all the software before you install it. Make updates to your infrastructure, whether it's to software patch your operating systems or whatever you need to do. And most of all, educate your users to understand how these risks can come about. A technical method to prevent a virus could be done by using a boot virus protection, using remote booting, or a hardware-based password, or, like I said, with protecting your disks using the protected tab so things can't be written to it. And, of course, in communications, block all of the insecure protocols. Your antivirus software is built out of a couple of different components. We have the scanners, which use signatures or heuristic methods to determine signs of attacks. They have active monitors. They have integrity checkers to look to see if, especially if important Windows files have changed in any way, ones that aren't supposed to. So if they have, maybe they were replaced by a virus. Behavior blockers, they can be trained to see what's normal communications, what's normal traffic, and if something's different, they can at least warn you or block it. And of course, they have immunizers. Now, when you work with antivirus software, you got to understand if you're not up to date on your signatures, you might as well not have one, because and we have to face it, we're always behind the game. A virus comes out before the virus scanner can fix it. It just has to, right? We have to have the attack before we can know what we're looking for. So you need to schedule scans frequently and schedule updates all the time. If you're not up to date, like I said, you might as well just turn it off. You can also do manual or on-demand scans when you want. And you can turn on continuous scanning so it can scan files as you're receiving email or as you download things from the internet. You can just scan them as you're doing that. Yeah, it's going to slow things down a little bit, but it's making sure that what you're getting is virus-free. We're seeing a growth of the use of voice over IP, which is basically replacing your regular analog or digital phone system through a PBX with IP packets on your routing and switching. There's a lot of advantages. You got a lot of flexibility, especially with call management software. You can literally change extensions with a touch of a button. You can create call patterns, style patterns. You can do music on hold. Call waiting. You can do call parking. Just all sorts of cool stuff. Lots of flexibility. Scalability, very easy, right? If I can add another computer to the network, I can add another phone. A lot lower cost over the long run. You got the initial startup cost, but on the long run, it's cheaper. But some issues with security. You have to remember that the voice packets are sent on the same network to the receiver that the rest of your data and computers are on. That means you can be subject to having people eavesdrop on your conversations. You could be the victim of a denial of service or a network outage, so you can't make the phone call. One of the things you should do, especially because it's on the same network as all the other computers, is to at least move it into a private VLAN so that the regular computers can't eavesdrop on that traffic. The PBX, the Private Branch Exchange, is another way of having digital communications. It operates theoretically a lot like the voice over IP. It's got a network, it's got a switch, it's got hubs, it has cables, it's sending electrons as messages, it uses dialed numbers and some of the things to figure out what the path to take. So it is designed for a digital phone network, but it was separate from your data network. And they are still pretty widespread throughout the industry. And they've been around for decades before voice over IP. Still, you have some risks. Theft of service. I could, tie in and listen to the phone call just with a pair of alligator clips. I can clip onto the actual copper wires and listen. Or I could plug in my own phone and do my own calls. I could disclose information you might not want to, or modify it, unauthorized access. All of these are very much the same as the problems you would have in a regular wired IP network.